Hello, Patrick McKeown here. Thanks so much for supporting our Buteyko Clinic channel. Can I ask you a big favour? Would you mind subscribing? And with this, we can support the channel more, we can put out more videos, and it would really mean a lot. Buteyko, for me, has been life-changing and life-changing for the people that we're working with, and we would love to see it getting out there. So please subscribe. Thanks very much. Calm your mind in 5 minutes. Now, say for example, there you have a lot of thought activity going on and your mind is feeling quite heavy, which is going to happen to us all, of course, depending on life situations, our own genetic predispositions, and when life takes a turn, as it does. So I think it's very important to tell the brain that we are safe. And we can do that by changing our breathing patterns. And it's not about taking the full, deep, slow breaths. Now, the reason being that I say that is if you take full, slow, deep breaths, you can blow off too much carbon dioxide from the lungs. This in turn reduces carbon dioxide in the blood leaving the lungs. This in turn increases blood pH, and this causes arousal of the central nervous system, of the brain, which in turn will feed into rumination of the mind. Is there an easier way to do it? Yes. So bring your attention onto your breath, out of your mind and onto your breathing. You may not feel it's so easy to do that. If you feel at this moment that it's very difficult for you to pay attention to your breathing, what I would say is start off with small breath holds. And the breath hold that we will do is at the end of an exhalation. So let's give it a go. So whenever you're ready, take a normal breath in through your nose and out through your nose. In other words, you're taking a silent breath in through your nose and a silent breath out through your nose. And then you hold your nose with your fingers and you simply count from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you let go, you breathe in through your nose, and then you're just breathing normally. Nice, normal, soft breathing for about 3 or 4 breaths. And then you do it again. So whenever you're ready, take a normal breath in through your nose and out through your nose, and pinch your nose and hold your nose, and hold for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then let go, but breathe in through your nose, and then you're just breathing normally for about 3 or 4 breaths. And then whenever you're ready again, take a normal breath in through your nose and out through your nose, and pinch your nose and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go, but breathe in through your nose, and then just breathe normally for about 3 or 4 breaths or 15 seconds or so. And continue to do that exercise. You could do it for 2 or 3 minutes, do it for 5 minutes, and even when I'm working with clients and if they're feeling highly stressed, I will actually ask them to do 5 to 10 minutes of that exercise every hour. Why? We're doing a very simple breath hold at the end of exhalation. This is like it's an extension of the exhalation, so it's conveying a degree of safety to the brain. It's also helping to stimulate the vagus nerve. Also, when you hold your breath at the end of exhalation, you have a slight increase of carbon dioxide, and that in turn then can help with dilating airways, dilating blood vessels, and increasing oxygen delivery. The benefit of that exercise is that you don't have to pay attention to your breathing to do it. So you can still practice a breathing exercise even when you're not comfortable with focusing your attention on your breathing. Because depending on our own state of mind, some people might find it very uncomfortable to bring their attention to their breath. So don't worry about it. You can just do that simple breath hold exercise. A next exercise that I find very useful in terms of helping to convey a quietness to the mind is simply taking a soft breath in through the nose and having a really relaxed and a slow and a gentle breath out. We're not taking full deep breaths in. We're just taking a soft breath in and a really relaxed and a slow and a gentle breath out. The reason that I like it is because it's so accessible. There is nothing for anybody to see. And, you know, it's not going to cause an increased agitation of the mind, because if, for example, you're focusing solely on slowing down your breathing, or if you're taking full breath in and a slow breath out, it could have an unwanted effect in terms of causing increased arousal of the mind. But I suppose the best thing to do with breathing is practice different techniques and see which one works best for you. The one that I find works best for me, if I'm going into a challenging situation, if I'm giving a public talk and there's a large group of people there, I want to make sure that my autonomic nervous system is in balance. I want to have a certain amount of stress, but I also realize that too much stress is not good, because if we go into a fight or flight response, the brain then is more concerned with survival and less concerned with creativity. So I want to tell my brain that I'm safe. And of course, life throws us a curveball. And during that time, it's very important that we tell the brain that we are safe. So you can imagine that your brain is constantly spying on your breathing. And when we get into a stressful situation, we breathe faster, we breathe harder, we breathe upper chest. And our brain knows when we are breathing faster, harder, and upper chest, and often through an open mouth, our brain is interpreting that the body is under threat. And the brain is here to protect the body. So that's why the brain puts us into a fight or flight response, to get us away from the danger, to get us away from the threat. But the threat is not a threat that is really there. You know, you could have 100 or 200 emails. That's not necessarily a threat. That's not a danger. Okay, it's a bit of work, but it's not a danger. Somebody might have said the wrong thing to us. We're ruminating it, and we're breathing faster and harder, and we're building up this stress response because somebody has said the wrong thing to us. But again, that's not a danger. But our brain is interpreting that it is a danger. This is why it's really important. Tell the brain that you're safe. You're taking a soft, gentle breath in through your nose, and a really relaxed and a slow and a gentle breath out. So when you breathe in, just soften your breath so that your breath in is really silent and it's soft and slow. You're not taking a big breath. You're just taking a normal breath, but it's so soft. And then at the top of the inhale, bring a total feeling of relaxation to the body and allow a slow, relaxed and a gentle breath out. I'm not giving you a time in terms of the exhale. I'm not asking you to breathe in for 3 seconds and out for 5, or in for 4 seconds or out for 6, or anything like that. And the reason being is because if you give somebody a time, while that time may work for some people, it may not work for others. So if you're feeling quite stressed and your respiratory rate is up to 20 breaths per minute, you want to soften and slow down your breathing relative to how you are breathing at that time. If you soften and slow down your breathing too much, it can have a paradoxical effect in terms of increasing the volume of air that you are breathing, and all that will do is increase the stress response. So we don't have to make it so complicated. We can keep it very, very simple. We're feeling a bit stressed, the head is feeling a bit heavy, there's a lot of thought activity going on. All we want to do is tell the brain that we're safe and take that very, very soft, gentle breath in through your nose and a really relaxed and a slow and a gentle breath out. And continue to do it. The mind wanders off, you bring your attention back onto the breath. And again, you take a really soft, gentle breath in through your nose and a relaxed and a slow and a gentle breath out. You could be in a job interview. You have 30 seconds. Slow down your breathing. You could be giving a presentation. You could be on camera. You might be just waiting for the kettle to boil. And this is why it is so, so accessible. Start off with simple things. You know, your laptop isn't powering up quick enough. You're feeling a bit angst about it. Start slowing down the speed of your exhalation. You're stuck in traffic. Take a soft breath in through your nose and a slow, relaxed and gentle breath out. Bring it in the small situations that happen, and then you have it when you need it. And there's a tremendous comfort in knowing that you have control over your physiology. Now that's an exercise. There's 2 exercises there to help with calming the mind. But also you have to bear in mind, what is your everyday breathing pattern? That's really, really important. So those exercises are done in the moment to help relieve the sense of anxiety or rumination of the mind or degree of heaviness of the brain. But we also have to bear in mind, how are you breathing in your normal everyday life? That too needs a lot of attention. Well, depending on the person, of course. How are we sleeping? And this is where the Buteyko Method comes in. Look at your everyday breathing pattern and ask yourself, are you breathing right?